Hello everyone and welcome to our interview series here at Grey Ogre Games. Look at this. This is the storeroom. Storeroom. Yeah.
Storeroom.
We're gonna revamp the storeroom. Slowly after a while we're gonna have like little like knickknacks hanging around, like little things that you can suddenly spot like, hey, they're foretelling the future. But anyway, I have with me today here SQ1 winner Jeffrey Chan.
Oh yeah, hello everybody.
Yeah, it's interesting that we do the interview now because SQ2 has
SQ2
passed
is over.
already,
Yes.
but yeah, we wanted to get more people so that each of you have roughly the same face time because cannot just keep churning out like Jeffrey and Reeve interview for the first
Now you got Pichun.
got Pichun, yeah.
And Ikai. Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with an interview. Introduce yourself. Yeah.
Okay. I'm Jeffrey. I'm 27 this year. I've been playing Magic about 10 years. I started around Shadowmore block.
Shadowmore, wow, that's...
Yeah. But I played competitively, semi-competitively for 8 years already.
So now I understand why your love for Merfolk so much, right?
Yeah. I started playing Merfolk because the time I think I dabble a bit in Legacy. Then I see Merfolk was very interesting, so I just went.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So what formats do you play? What formats are you playing right now?
Primarily standard. Then occasionally modern. Modern is not my. I used to be one of my stronger, but now not so much.
Yeah, I remember
I don't know why.
the days where well, maybe because Merfolk kind of fell off the map. I know you.
No, they banned Gideon broke. Then they heard the Delver shell. Then a bit painful now.
Yeah, you were between two decks. I remember.
Merfolk. I always like 50-50 between both. I never play any other type of deck like Affinity, Tron or so. I always start with the blues,
like blue tempo.
Yeah, blue tempo deck. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay, so yeah. Let's move on. You've won SQ1.
Yes.
You qualified yourself for the invitationals. Okay, what deck were you using during SQ1?
Blue-red control.
Blue-red control.
Yeah.
There was the like energy. Was it energy?
It's energy beat. I had like 2 Thunderbolt tower, but the main team was just a control. The energy part was like a sub team. Just that the tower was very good in the mirror match. The control mirror match, so I added in. Then
Then. At no point throughout that day did you lose a match. You lost games, but yeah.
I lost game. I didn't lose a match. Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
By the way, that was. I remember SQ1. That was 7 rounds.
7 rounds with top. 3 rounds of top 8.
Yeah. So, you went basically 5-0 and then draw.
I draw. Then I went into top 8. The most crucial match was the semi-final actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the one against Zhongyi.
Were we showing that?
Yeah, you're showing that. You're showing that.
Yeah.
I remember the coverage where he had a very powerful board. Then he made some mistake. I cast a pull from tomorrow and came back for me. Yeah.
Whoa. I remember that now.
Yes.
Okay, I remember now. I remember actually the last match with Reeve. That was actually quite nail biting, but Reeve like had.
I remember the
like,
game too
draw.
where I had a very bad hand, and he used the what's the one instant spell, the one you can flicker everything.
I know.
Yeah.
The Eerie Interlude.
Yeah, Eerie Interlude.
Oh, man, that was like blowout.
I know, game over, man. Like, ooh, interesting.
Now I know. But yeah. Oh, now that you mention it, yeah, the game against Song Yi, that was the
crucial one because I knew that I was very behind that game. The only way I out is to like somehow he don't attack, and then I cast a pull from tomorrow, and then my thing is eventually take over the game, which happened.
Yeah, I was like. I don't know whether we called it. I don't think so. But yeah,
you can check it in the YouTube channel.
YouTube.com/GreyOgreGames.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the thing about it is that you're no stranger to competitive play. So, how different is it to play here as compared to playing in the Pro Tour? Like the Grey Ogre Games Invitationals trying to push like competitive play in Singapore. So how do you match it? How do you compare it?
I mean it's quite different. In the Pro Tour, because I attended some. There's the there's the practice week, like the 1.5 week where the serious like in-house testing begins. So like there's a lot of routine that we need to like go through. Like every day we like maybe like do some like mock tournament, so we get used to like finding out what is the best deck and performing. Whereas in the preparation for like SQ or season invitational, it's a lot different because I usually don't do so much testing.
Yeah.
Don't have that time also to make the preparation and the people to do so in real life. So probably I always transfer it to the Magic Online meta game, and then I try to make my tuning and try to find the best combination to make it work.
Because I mean, we did mention like online and in paper is very different because availability of cards, I think, and just the sheer number of people, like you're not going to get the right meta game. But that's the thing. Everybody else is also referring to
the meta game. But now they cut down on the deck list that is being posted, so the impact is lesser now. Lesser now than Magic Online.
Okay. So how do you think the playing for the Pro Tour has prepared you, or is going to prepare you for the invitationals? Because that's going to be a different game. It's not Pro Tour.
Yeah, it's not Pro Tour.
It's totally different. So
because invitational at least most of it is Singaporean, so we can at least like identify the play style of certain type of player, what kind of deck they run. So the meta game wise is actually much more easier than a Pro Tour, because Pro Tour is random field. You can only like maybe like see some of the pro player and make a judgment of what they use to play. Like Waffle Tapa definitely control deck. Sometimes many mono rate unless there's not a very good control deck, but still Shota,
Dragons.
Dragons.
Oh,
and energy also. Maybe he played energy, I think, in the nationals. Japanese nationals. So the meta game will be different in Singapore. So but it's easier to read. I feel. So it depends on what are the people that's qualified.
Then I make my judgment. You know exactly all those. You know the 16 players. We just went through the seasonal qualifier points, the championship points. You're second to Pichun. You have 20 points. So that means you're gonna be drafting. You're gonna be drafting players. Maybe who would you like to draft from that list? Do you wanna take a look at the list?
Now is there's only 4 confirmed.
Well, there's only 4 confirmed, but like in this entire list, let's say like we take the top 15 players with championship points. Who would you draft?
Top 15. Oh my god! I definitely think I think oh my god, Danny C is in there. I'll probably draft Danny C. Danny C will probably be one of my pick. Danny,
you got mentioned in the video again.
Probably like something like Jason, or maybe probably Ryan. Because I feel that I usually play against them before, so I know their play style. Then maybe I can have a read on them in certain type of play, so it's simpler. Whereas other people, I don't really have a very good grip on their play style.
I see. Okay, so you prioritize like knowing the players.
Knowing the players, at least it give me a slight edge in the matchup.
Okay. But like this 20 points like doesn't confirm you will be drafting, but you definitely try for
go for
SQ3,
it.
right? Okay, so how would you choose a deck to play for the big tournament like this? Besides Magic Online, like how much time do you put in a week to actually meet people to start playing Magic?
I mean real life not that much, but usually how I prepare is I always try to, whenever like a new set came out, like maybe previously I was very into Phoenix Revelation. Then after Phoenix Revelation was out, I find a pet card, Torrential Gearhawk. So I've been playing Torrential Gearhawk for quite a while. So I always try to find a card that I really like. Then I try to build the deck around it and try to make it as well refined as possible. Although sometimes that is not very good in the meta, but eventually the meta will surely shift towards it's like a cycle like that. So eventually the card will be good. So trying to find the card in excellent now.
Alright. Okay. Okay. So who do you usually play with? Who are the
usually
friends that
play
you play
with,
with? Yeah. Or when do you usually play? Like
real life.
even online and in real life.
Online, I usually play in the competitive league.
Oh, okay.
Occasionally premier event, but nowadays not so much.
Okay.
Yeah. Then real life wise, I probably do some testing with Joshua Tan. 6897.
6897,
yeah, Solomon, and maybe like some testing with Mark and Jin Hao. Usually, because Jin Hao also going the Pro Tour excellent with me, so I'll probably do some real life testing.
Oh,
yeah, and hopefully we can break the format. So that's usually the people that I associate with during the testing period.
Right. Okay. That's cool. Okay. So, what's your biggest worry for the invitationals?
Probably like still not being able to find the deck that I like. Because usually I don't follow the standard meta, the tier 1 deck, so I just try to find something that can play on the tier 1 deck.
Right.
So I'm usually on the opposite end of the spectrum. So
you're playing the
enemy.
When they do the breakdown during Pro Tour,
I'm always the below part.
The 1% or like 0.5% players.
Maybe if I manage to find a deck, then it will be higher. So that's a question mark for me.
Okay, cool. So your biggest worry is just deck choice.
Deck choice. Okay.
So how confident are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Like right now,
right
now, seeing the top 15 championship points and then who's qualified?
1 to 10, probably 7.
Okay.
Yeah, 7 is good.
We'll revisit when
the
16
that.
We're gonna have like just to fast forward a little bit. We're gonna have like a couch discussion of like the top 8 and then the bottom 8 players for SQ. Hopefully sometime soon. It'll be
like the group A, group B.
That'll be fun.
Definitely.
Okay, then last question. What advice do you have for other players who's trying to make it in the competitive Magic scene? Not necessarily just for the invitationals, but like
they're trying to play premier event this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like yourself, you get to go to Pro Tour and stuff. Right? So
I mean, the most important element is always the practice and knowing. I mean, knowing the meta is always better if you have the time. But I always try to get a firm understanding of what deck you are using, because sometimes people just pick the deck off the net and then try to pilot it, but sometimes there's a lot of sequence of play that may not be as intuitive to people. So you always try to get some number of games at least to get the flow going. And then that's mainly one of the criteria to at least getting into competitive Magic is knowing your deck. Knowing your deck.
So just know your deck very well.
Yeah, know your deck very well.
Get comfortable.
Yeah, because half of the game is winning is through knowing your stuff. Half of the game is interacting with your opponent. So that's the main purpose.
Knowing is half the battle, and then knowing your opponent is the other half. So knowing is everything.
Yes, knowing is everything.
Okay, thanks Jeffrey for joining us today. That concludes our interview, and thanks for joining us. Remember, you can find us on Twitch. Streaming every Tuesdays and Wednesdays. When will you ever come back to cast with me?
Probably not will probably when my job get more stabilized, then I got more free time then.
Cool.
Because
you can
now
cast with Alfian on Tuesday nights. No, but you're playing standard, right?
Not so much really.
Okay. Alright, but twitch.tv/GreyOgreGames. You're watching us on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/GreyOgreGames. And that's it. Thanks for joining us, and we're gonna have more videos soon of all the other interviews. After we're done with this, we'll have the interviews for all 16 players. So see you guys.
See you in the invitation.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.